Sometimes when you're burdenless, don't just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So don't you worry and don't cry. No. When you have troubles, don't cry. Oh no. Just remember that God is standing by. When you come running over, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So don't you worry and don't cry. Oh Lord, yeah. Forget about your troubles. Forget about your pain. Yeah. Put your trust in the Father. Yeah. Oh Lord. God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there is no need to cry. No need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. Lord, I'm fighting. So don't you worry and don't cry. Don't cry. Forget about your troubles and don't cry. No. Forget about your pain and don't cry. Just trust in the Father and don't cry. No, I don't share. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with a dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. Say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they would have find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching me, cause I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty. But if they know about petition, we have to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching me, cause I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something.
Don't give up, yeah. Just ride out your storm. Hey, you've been in the storm, and it seems like forever, and your nights of confusion has been so long. Your ship has lost anchor, and the storm got you drifting. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is still with you. You may not feel it, but you're not alone. You're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Lord of mercy, just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Remember his promise. He said, I never forsake Though the waters are troubled, they'll do you no harm. Don't give up the battle, for your answer is coming. Just hold on to Jesus and just ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is still with you. You may not feel it, but you're not alone. You're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Lord of mercy, just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is still with you. You may not feel it, but you're not alone. You're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Lord of mercy, just hold on to Jesus.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth. That the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshed, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And folks, as soon as you get in Share Alive, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X, WZYE TV on YouTube, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You can reach us here. The numbers are always on the screen at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And you know we study thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
And there you go. And we always say here, we originate, we don't imitate. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a brown t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatanius, Xenoranius, Sonaranius. Each and every one is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And I want to, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we are the only show on the planet with an oath / pledge to the people that listen to us here on WZYE 95.9 FM. We are the one, the only radio program on air that have an oath / pledge to the people. Take a listen.
Anselm LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our oath / pledge to you, the people that listen to us here on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me bring in my pal, the man himself, the one and only, the man from some part of the country. They say that once you leave San Juan, no, once you leave Arima, you're in the country. Once you leave Shogunas, you're in the country. Once you leave any parts around there, you're in the country. Let me say welcome to my pal, Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome.
Good afternoon, good evening, rather. Good evening, and I'd like to say a special happy African Emancipation Day to each and every one within the remit of my voice who can hear it. Emancipation Day to you. Happy Emancipation Day to you. But they say once you leave New York, you go nowhere. There are those who say when you leave New York, you're in the country. Even here in Jersey, this is called which country?
Yeah, that's true.
What say?
Tommy, I don't know, I think you went into my brains and figure out something about. Tommy, I have mixed feelings about emancipation there. Let me be honest with you. Very mixed feelings.
So what do you mix it with?
My feelings.
What do you mix your feelings with?
Tommy, this for the first time this year, boy, I had great difficulties with the Emancipation Day in Trinidad and Tobago. And here is why, because Tommy, tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, right? We know the sun is gonna come up tomorrow. When the sun comes up tomorrow,
yes,
are we gonna have one statistic, one, where black people are at the top or in the middle of any socio-economic statistic in Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow?
You can answer that in one swoop.
No, I because listen, I believe that there could be something that I'm missing.
I want to say the answer to that question is no.
Well, let me ask the question to the people in the chat. Because, those call us, we not living there. We don't live there. We are foreigners. Stay out of Trinidad and Tobago business. You understand?
But I want to even go a little further to say that all over the globe, we are in a mess because of our mental state.
But
There are those who are, you see, I'm not talking about us fully, because there are those who are awake and those who are asleep at the wheel. And when you are asleep at the wheel, you usually crash and burn. And too many of us are asleep at the wheel. It's going to take probably a miracle to wake up everybody. Look how long Teddy Pendergrass did that song, Wake Up Everybody. Well, the Blue Notes wasn't really TP only, it was Harold Melvin also.
And Tommy, you know what make it worse? You know what make it worse for me too?
Yes, go ahead.
When I saw the Prime Minister Emancipation Day speech on his Facebook page.
He's doing his work. He's doing what he gets paid to do.
Nah, if it's that what you get paid to do, we need to fire him.
Well, that may be true. That may be true, but he's getting paid. He got paid to do what he's doing. At least he believes he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Tommy, Tommy, let me go to the chat, and then we go come back. We'll come back to this.
Then we'll revisit what we're talking about.
Yeah, we go revisit. We will revisit that, folks. There we go. Brooklyn, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Wall Street Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Wall Street, if there's one thing I'm sure about, is when 7 o'clock, Uncle Tommy ready for action. You see, you seem like when you came to America with your grip, you kept wrong timing. Because when you hire people locked on from 7, and then you come on 7:30 and say, we are here from 7 to 10 or 7:30, Wall Street, this is America, we deal with time. If you say come in 7, don't have me and Uncle Tommy and the rest of your pants waiting, and you pop up 7:30, please. That is an Aisha thing, or is it a Lavanti thing? Which one?
All right. Okay. Tommy boy.
He scolded you today.
Tommy?
You got a good whipping today.
But Tommy, we here are known for trying to inspire you for a better tomorrow as well.
Correct is right.
We don't just come and get into the meat of the thing. We give you a little inspiration before we start. Yes.
Well, I mean, there are those who will describe it as foreplay.
Oh, okay. All right, Tommy. All right. Yeah. All right. So we will use Tommy's definition of what we do here at WZYE 95.9. What we honestly believe that, we have to kind of give you some inspiration for a better tomorrow to deal with the things we're going to tell you. You understand? Because if we start at 7 o'clock to tell you things we're going to tell you, it's going to be a long 3 hours. So Brooklyn, we take half an hour to give you a little inspiration, to inspire you, to get you ready when we get to the meat of the discussion. Yeah? Oh God, Tommy, they're going by. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Hansen. Good evening, Mr. Tommy. Good evening to everybody who just called in, everybody on the live, everybody who just texted.
Good evening, Mr. Florida.
Mr. Hansen, we know you is a long distance runner. So that's why the show does take long to start. Because
that's a fair explanation.
Pardon, Mr. Tommy?
That's a fair explanation.
All right.
Yeah, I feel Mr. Hansen does be running from the Holland tunnel from England to come to the show. That's why it take that 30 minutes. All right, yeah, guys, look on listening.
Yeah. Oh God. Mr. Atlanta, welcome. Turn on your computer. Welcome.
Are you there?
Yeah, I think she did.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
How
evening, Tom, Wall Street and Tommy.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm okay. I heard Wall Street, you said you had a little difficulty this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
So you didn't have the difficulty the other years? Everything was okay the other years?
No, I had
No, I mean, like it was comfortable the other years?
No.
Laugh good.
Tommy, they come for me tonight, Tommy boy.
Yes, yes, because I thought you run out of that plantation so long. You understand? Because the way I hear you speak, remember, I knew you on the field. You know, I don't know your track record. So I say, Tommy must he cock up his foot, whatever. I don't know you have a difficulty this year. Let me tell you something.
Can I explain?
The first the years since they have emancipation support day celebrations, I never went. I used to put on a white shirt in my youth, a white shirt and a black pants for emancipation, just that day, right? Because I know Massa have the people in order. You understand? Massa is still there. I never went to emancipation. I never put on gong, never put on no African clothes because you're not emancipated for a day. Emancipation is your mind. Emancipation of who you are, right? If you want to celebrate, fine, but you should be doing it all through the year. You understand? You could take that year, that day, and say, well, maybe have a little something, just to feel good. But all the time, you should know in your brain that you are free. But it just took off the shackles of your feet and it's on your mind. Your mind is still chained up. You understand? If you check everybody from Prime Minister back down, you remember everybody are puppets, I heard Tommy say, Prime Minister doing what he has to do. You know what I mean? You understand? When you go to school to learn English in England, any one of your children or anybody you know, when they pass the school, when they go into the tertiary education or whatever, they say they want to go Ghana University. All my years, I used to tell all my friends and, who have children, everybody said they hadn't where my daughter going to university and to college. Where do they go? Anybody ever tell you they want to go Nigeria or whatever? Yes, it's expensive. But so Oxford is expensive too, and Yale and all those kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody.
Yeah, go ahead. We listen.
Let me hear you now.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear you.
Well. Listen to this, Mr. Atlanta. The reason why I say that is because there was quite a few years previously where I used to have Balize eye drops. Right?
Just now explain that. Wait, because remember slow. Balize.
Eye drops.
Eye drops.
Yeah, and I wasn't seeing clearly. Who sing that song? Linda Ronstadt. I can see clearly.
That's not Linda Ronstadt. That's
who's that?
What's his name from Jamaica?
Jimmy Cliff. It's not Jimmy Cliff?
Not Jimmy, the other one.
Bob Marley.
When I remember, I'll tell you.
All right. We go get it. So Mr. Atlanta, what it is now, I can see clearly now, very clearly. You see? And what it is, Mr. Atlanta, I am I had put my critical thinking skills, right, on the back burner for a little bit. And now that I'm utilizing it to full extent, I realized, and I started to delve into the statistics of this current party for the past 9 years and making comparisons to other parties. I started to realize what was really happening. And I cannot be part of that. And that's why I'm here today.
So listen, hello?
Yeah, you're still there. You're still there.
Oh. But I'm so glad that you took off your glasses really or whatever, because I see you still have on the glasses, but
no, these are clear glasses now. Very clear. These are tested clear glasses.
But you know the way you speak, I was impressed with how you wanted the academy and how you want the youth and all things like that. I was always amazed a person like you should have had a black school. You know what I mean? When I mean black, I don't mean owned by a black man. Black thinkers.
I understand.
Tommy, Wall Street. I don't know about you, but in my youth, when we were young, we grew up in an Indian place, and they're fully Indians, a lot of Indians. And I remember my small, I'm talking about, my old, the little Indian children used to come with a copybook on a Saturday. Sometimes they're playing and they're writing wrong side, they're writing Arabic. A small, I talking about 5 and thing, teaching them the Arabic alphabet because they used to go to lessons by whoever, the imam or whatever it is in the neighborhood. And they used to come to play by us with a little coming back with a copybook. And because I was always fascinated how they wrote wrong, how they write backwards, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that age, that was 70, 60 something years ago, I talking about. And they would be learning with all these school, they're going to school, they're going to school with us, normal schools, but on Saturday and on, during the time, the evenings and all kind of, they have to run for lessons. You know what I mean? They learn all the Hindu songs, the this, that, the other, normally by the side of the English speaking school. So it's not to say that they come out of school or they don't like the government business, but they do their own thing. And I used to be amazed. I used to ask for everybody, why you all have teachers? Why you all don't teach under house? You don't have to go to school. Teach your own thing besides going to school. Teach Yoruba, teach this something. In fact, the people in Jack and thing, their churn used to, as fast as they reach 10, they're in England, I know. They're in England.
Miss Atlanta,
studying.
Can I ask you a question? You rather answer it if you don't want to answer it, and because I want to make a quick comparison. Do you mind if you tell people how old you are? Do you mind?
Tell me if I remember first now. Anyways, I'm 75. Before you hit me, if you expect me to remember. Check from 49. All right, from 49 to now, I think it's what? How much?
75. Let me say 75.
Right.
75. Right. Now listen to this.
75.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever supported the People's National Movement when you were young?
Never. My family supported, people supported, but I never. But I was a radical from the time I was born.
And Miss Santana, you know why I asked you that question? If you listen to 75-year-olds just calling the other radio station in Trinidad and Tobago, they sung nowhere. I mean, Mr. Atlanta is like, you up on Mars and they're in the bottom of the earth. Right? You hear me? You up in Mars, you up in Mars. You understand? That is how high up you are. Yeah. And them in the bottom of the earth, in the sub-basement, in the bottom of the earth. Because here's why. What you just say there, what you just, those words you just use, you don't hear that from no 75-year-old calling them radio station in Trinidad. It's only, well, you know what Dr. Rowley say? Dr. Rowley say this, and Dr. Rowley say that, and what they're talking about. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But you have to say like my daughter, you're not living in this world. You have to
Miss Atlanta, right? Miss Atlanta, how long ago you came to the United States?
Just about 12 or 13 years ago. Recently.
It's really commendable that you have just gotten here.
And I never traveled. What is that?
No, he said it's commendable. Go ahead, Tommy. Tommy, go ahead. Hold on, listen. Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, it's commendable that you haven't been here that long, and your consciousness is that high. Because
it was always that high. It was always that high. That's why I asked if she ever voted for the PNM, and she said no.
But not only that, my father, who would have been what we in 24 would have been 122 years old if he was alive. My father wasn't a PNM, wasn't even political. He didn't like, how governments on the whole run British, how we are British. And that's my father. So you can imagine he's dead, 40-something years now, right? So I think some of that is how we were grown up too, You remember Daddy read all the books he could think of, not one set of, all Eric Williams' books, all the, Black authors' books from every book he read. And he never went to school. He was orphaned at 11 years in Blancheshire. Don't forget it. right? He didn't get no big education, but he was educated because he loved to read. We had a library at home of books.
Yeah, Mr. Atlanta, just before you go,
Mm-hmm.
just before you
Mm-hmm.
go, they always says the apple don't fall far from the tree. When you listen to your daughter, we could now
Yeah.
understand. We could now understand your daughter and
Mm-hmm.
where
And I
she
had
get.
to learn from her.
Huh? You have
And I had to learn from her because she is big. You know, she's a fact. You
fact
know.
checker. Yeah, she does fact check. Yeah.
Yes.
She big.
Yes,
She'll
boy.
fact check.
Yes.
She'll fact check the fact check. You know. But Mr.
Yes.
Atlanta, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join
Yes.
us. Continue to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you so
Oh
much.
yes. I'm sorry for taking up so much of
No,
your time. I
that's
thought I would be in
okay.
my living room with Tommy and you.
No,
Thank you
that's
so much.
okay.
You know the way I always fall off there. You know, actually was going to ask you for some tea, and I remember I wasn't there. Anyway, have a good evening, and I'm
All
listening.
right, take care.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hello, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome. Caller, turn on your computer.
Try
Caller,
to turn on the TV for me, please. Hi, good evening,
good evening.
Anselm and Uncle Tommy.
Good evening,
Good
Kizzy. How
evening.
are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Uncle Tommy, how are you?
I'm quite good, thank you. And yourself?
All right, nice. Anselm, I'd just like to say thank you to Mr. Brooklyn. He made good on his word. And I'd just like to say a big thank you and a happy birthday to him. His birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to him and all God's blessings
Yeah.
his way.
Kizzy, don't go nowhere. Kizzy, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Kizzy,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, Kizzy? I am gonna match Brooklyn. I'm gonna match Brooklyn. And here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. I'm gonna match Brooklyn. Kizzy, I want you to keep. You see that sort of grateful. You're grateful, gratitude.
Yeah,
And
thanks. I appreciate that.
That gratitude you just showed there to call
Yeah.
and say thank you, Kizzy. Let me say this. I have
Uh-huh.
helped several people on the radio in Trinidad and Tobago, and some of them don't even come and say, "Boy,
Thank
Wall
you.
Street helped me, thank you."
Yeah.
And they just have people
Yeah.
calling the radio station and saying, "Wall Street don't help nobody. He never do nothing for nobody." And they just sit down there,
Yeah.
sit down
Yeah.
there. All I know them, they just sit down there and not say anything.
Yeah. And did I say a lot of ill things about you? And I just be like, but these people crazy. How could they be saying these things about Wall Street? Oh, he is not a professor. And you have nothing good to say about Trinidad. And they always quick to cry you down. And the thing is, you just be bringing facts. Because this thing you have that you just be saying about 26% of black people living under the poverty line.
Yeah.
It's not you say that. I would
never
have
said
heard
that.
it where you played it from
Yeah.
the clip.
Yes. Correct. 100%.
Yeah.
But Kizzy, I want to say thank you so much for being so grateful. And when you're grateful, better things just happen.
Yes, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Caller, welcome. Caller. Caller, welcome. Hello? Caller, are you there? All right, I'm going to take this other one. Caller, call back. That was a call from Pennsylvania. Caller, call back. KFC, turn on your computer.
Hi, the name is Worship. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Good night, sir.
Good night to everyone who locked on listening to Unji and listen and the crew. Worship,
Yeah.
today's Emancipation, they been happy, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're going mad, I don't know what going me. I get injured 2013, right? I do major surgery that in my intestine mash up. So I just get disability from the government now. You hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead, we hearing you. Yeah.
You know that they stop my money?
When? Just so?
Yeah, but you're going, well, I spent 18 months in the hospital now.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we listening.
But
Yeah,
you know
go
you're
ahead.
happy. You know you're happy that you're on that ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my name was on that ghost. That man down by me. He come and there no. He used to run my name. Run my name now, man.
Oh.
All that used to buy in copper and pampers and things for me now, man.
Right.
When I was in the hospital now.
Mm.
But they went and do a checkup in an IS and see like I was collecting money, but I was in the hospital Wall Street.
Wow.
And my name was running good. They say 4 years now I was collecting the money and I know I had to go back and get back doctor paper and all kind of thing. But my doctor paper and them straight up. Me collecting the money and I for hospital and I Wall Street 80 months I spent in the hospital, you know. I dead and come back alive, you know. So me no go to the coin, I have rent to pay. Just some school opening, all the kind of thing. My daughter going preschool. $1,300. I want my daughter get good education. We never get. They must take that. So we no go to them, you know. Right now I can be on the shit right now, watch it, because I don't know any land. I said like the shit at $2,000 and try to patch it down and work with the coach. The woman don't really pressure you too much now. So I let wait. She call yet. My call tomorrow and start to pass me. Right now, me functioning right now. Watch it, I look to understand, man.
Yeah, man. Bless. Caller, welcome. Caller. Hello. Caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, good night. I don't know what to say. Should I say good
evening?
morning to Anselm?
Nah. Just say good evening. Good evening.
Yes, I want to say a pleasant good night to you and Uncle Tommy. This is Radio IETT UK, Mike the Man 2.0 The Future. Very interesting program this evening. Tommy, how are you going? You all right?
Very good, thank you. And yourself?
Uncle Tommy. Right, good. Anselm, today we celebrating Emancipation, they say?
Yeah, Emancipation.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask the country a question. Let me ask your caller, your listeners a question. We're not going to be political, but we're going to be real. You know, I like to drop it real, especially on our radio station. What does emancipation really mean to the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
That's a good question, you know. That's an excellent question. I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
You know, I've been asking that question for years since on radio in the UK. Let me tell you something. And one of the things people missing, let's take, for instance, you have been a former athlete. I have been a former athlete. You was much better than me anyhow. We look at, I want to touch this a little bit before we get into the emancipation. We still saying we emancipated. The uniform, I was talking about the uniform that we fitted our athletes to go to the Olympics. Yeah? You follow me?
Yeah, you following
Go ahead.
it. Go ahead.
We talk about representation. Yes, we have talented athletes, but we talk about representation in the sense of the colors, the flag. From my upbringing, from my teaching, and from my knowledge, I didn't know that the national flag is red and black. I know it as red, white, and black. I have never seen anybody wear the national colors on their feet. Have you ever seen any country in the world wear the colors of the flag on their feet?
No.
Right. And Slim, in your days of athletics, have you worn the national colors on your feet?
But Ian though, but there are sneakers in the national colors though. It have sneakers.
Right, we know that. But listen, when we're talking about the outfit, I know there are sneakers in national colors.
Yeah.
But when we talking about the outfit itself, right? When we're talking about the outfit, but when we're talking about the outfit itself, can you show me some of that uniform that there's Trinidad and Tobago instead of the person who designed the uniform? He is highlighted. He's highlighted his company. Did you see Trinidad and Tobago highlighted on any of the tops?
Wasn't there something on the down by the hand somewhere down there wrong? There's something red, white, and black there.
All right. Let me go to the pan, the buttons, the buttons depicting the pan, right? Who from a distance seeing the pan and buttons?
Nah, you gotta get a magnifying glass to see that.
Thank you. So why couldn't the pan, probably the tassa, and the hummingbird put on one of the tops?
But Ian, I have a different take on it, as an athlete.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm listening to you.
As you are an athlete and I'm an athlete, I think that we kind of missed, we went in front of the wharf and we used a stone and we pelt and we missed the whole ocean. That's my estimate. That's my take. Here's why.
I want to hear Uncle Tommy take on that one.
Yeah. But here what we gotta do. Ian, hold on, right? Let me go for the break. I'll keep you on hold. And when we come back, we go pick it up. All right? Stay right there.
No problem.
Stay right there.
No problem.
Stay right there. Don't go.
Yeah, I'm not using Digicel or TSTT, so I won't get cut off.
Oh, neither telco. You ain't using telco either.
Not telco.
Stay right there, folks. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. We're going to go for a quick station identification, and we'll be right back after this. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. WZYE TV and YouTube. Subscribe. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And the numbers are also on the screen.
Also 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. Your text and voice messages are welcome also.
So Ian, welcome back. Here is my take on it. I believe the current government. Again, feedback from me. You have your computer on? Turn it on a little bit. If yes, have it on.
No, I'll read on my tablet.
All right, good. My take is this. The current government in the last 9 years, you see like how they're starving Tobago? How the government starving Tobago? That is how this current government starving athletes in Trinidad and Tobago. And to me, a bigger picture, I look at the bigger picture. The uniform could have been better. It could have been red, white, and black. Could have more red, could have been more black, could have been more, whatever it is. But the bigger picture is that I would like to know how many of those athletes got support, financial support from the current government. That is what I want to know. Prior to them.
You know you wouldn't get that question because you and I know for over the years, because I want to touch a little bit quick on emancipation before we go. You know, over the years, I know it's something I talk on my program, even in the UK. We have killed sports in Trinidad. Sports, athletics wasn't like in our days.
No, wait, Ian. Not Prime Minister Rowley and his government have killed sports.
Okay, all right.
The past 9 years.
Right.
The past, them kill sports. Them don't just kill sports. You know what it's like? Sports in Trinidad is almost like the murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago. They kill it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, people need to understand we have to be patriotic about all of this, and we have to get out of that mindset. And I lead into emancipation situation quickly.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago, whoever hear my voice, I said, my demand from Radio IVTT UK USA. Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidadians per se, are not emancipated as yet. We cannot say we emancipated and yet we're not teaching African stuff in schools. We still in this day and age, 2024, teaching our children about Christopher Colombo, not Columbus. We still teaching about the Europeans and what they do here and this. Have they ever, and this is going to Mr. Kafra Kambon, have they ever instigated with the Ministry of Education to start teaching the children about Africa and where we come from? how many people know about the Americans? How many? Do you know who the Americans is, Uncle Tommy and Wall Street?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know about them. I've learned about that.
Oh, do they teach that in school? No.
Nope.
So let me close off with this. We ain't ready yet. In this day and age, our education system has failed our children. We in an artificial intelligent age, and we haven't started teaching that in our schools yet. Something definitely wrong. And we say we emancipated, something definitely wrong. We say we call it African emancipation, but all the people getting killed is our black brothers and sisters. Something definitely wrong. So I'm leaving that for people to think. Ask yourself, what does African emancipation mean to you as a Trinidadian, not as a Tobagonian, because Tobago wasn't part of it. A lot of people need to check their history and then they will understand where we coming from. Tommy, Uncle Tommy, Wall Street, and Slim, locked on and listening.
Thanks a lot.
I am in New York City right now.
Thank you, man.
Great show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I'm a my partner used to run with me, but you remember me, Tommy, from back then, you know?
Yeah, it seems
You know,
so.
yeah, I remember if he saw my back a few times, but I I don't remember if we would do the same event, right? So let me quickly go to the chat. Your COP call back. Andre was first in, boy. Andre Lochan, boy. I think Andre in Canada. All right,
welcome.
Point 14, welcome.
That was shit.
Hey.
I just want to agree everything that your last caller said.
Okay.
And I want to endorse it by saying he's absolutely right. The education system is failing the children and them. I've been seeing it for the past 3 years. And it's affecting the African children the most. Because when you're on the ground like me, you just see a lot of things. And when you see things, so you just vex that you see it. Okay, you just hurt you to see that the African youths lost the identity. Them trying to be something where there is not. You understand? And you remember the clipping from Friedland where I sent you. How they tell you about how the education structure, how the system is.
Yeah.
If these people ain't go to the root of the problem, they will never solve that problem with each other and failing.
Yep.
And you see that some people in point 40 who pay them until they're dead. Here what is that they be saying? Oh, them young people and them lazy and they don't want to work and this and that. So I keep asking them this question. I say, here what going on? I understand all that we're saying, right? But it has to have a reason why they don't want to work. Why they be lazy. I say, try and get inside their head and understand what's going on with them, why it is they want to work. And all this market keeps saying, oh, them too damn lazy and they want to work and this and that. But he have a little CPF work so he could talk so. And he believe by cutting grass at the side of the road, that would be a biggest thing. And that shouldn't be. But Wall Street, I decide I have to take the lead for my destiny. And in the near future, I will surprise you and everybody else when the time comes. Locked on and listening.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me just Andre say yes, emancipated from one slave master to another, which the house slaves, also known as the 1%. Richie says, Wall Street in your country going what is MSY? What Richie, I don't know what is MSY, you know. You making up thing like me too, by Richie, boy. Andre Lucian says 400 years suffering looks like enough to break the chains of poverty. And if 2 killed by police, nobody cam footage. Banmeha, welcome. Brooklyn Caribbean so say Brooklyn, yes, I guess so. Our customer has joined 720 now. Yeah, the motivational start early. Wall Street started in person at 6:30 to 70 program. Oh God. Brother, you're doing like you don't know it, Trini. Oh God. I see a thief in we half hour.
Oh Lord.
Tommy,
You getting heat tonight.
boy, all can I eat tonight? Walter Walker, good night. Good night to the team.
Welcome,
Guys,
welcome, Mr. Walker.
access out that Tobago where we go survive. Yeah, yeah. The demonization of Tobago by the central government. Yeah. Night to you, Ian. Trinidad not emancipated is all about mental changing, mentally changing. Yeah. I'm gonna finish this one here. Oh, Tommy, we passed the top of the hour?
We did the top of the hour.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay. COP, welcome.
Good night to you, Wall Street.
Good night to you.
And good night to you, Uncle Tony.
Good night, Kunji.
Good night to the listeners on them. Good night to the foreign base listeners on them. And good night to the Trinidad listeners on them. KFC, good night to you. It's sad to hear what's going on with you. Besides Manta, she's a boss.
A boss, you know?
Good night to you.
She's a boss.
Yeah, she's a boss.
Boss.
She has something like 70. She has something like she's
Not
70s.
one day 75. That's why I didn't want to tell people what I actually to tell. You know, POP, you've been on 91.9 for a long time. You ever hear them elderly people calling and make a contribution of what Mr. Atlanta just make there? You ever hear one? One. Oh God, COP, you're being biased.
PNM and we go there at PNM and rowdy this and rowdy that and only good thing about wicked people. Them is only say good things about wicked people. That's sad. But Mr. Atlanta, in my home, I welcome your contribution. I give you 10 out of 10 for your contribution. And every caller and then that calling this program. Wall Street and listeners throughout the world, our Prime Minister asking the universities and them to consider black people more in the university. You know what Dr. Rowley do? The university in Trinidad? Every child now want to go over there and pay. Dr. Rowley take, you know, long time is our Jumbie biscuit Wall Street. Rowley take the man who owned the Jumbie biscuit factory and put he to head UE. You think the children them could have turned out to be positive? Oh, God. And that is why they cut all the programs on them. You know, children had free access to UE. It's Dr. Rowley who cut that and take away all the opportunities, especially the black community. What Dr. Rowley trying to fool people on African Emancipation Day with? That is fear to us in Trinidad and Tobago right here. 90% of the people and them was working in Petrotrin that get fired and gone home. 85% of them was casual workers, black people. Casual workers gone home with nothing. After 20 years, they work casual. And Uncle Tony will know, Petrotrin, most of them was working casual. Most of the Indians and high-collared people and them was permanent workers, and there was an office and staff and all them things. TSTT that they sent home the other day, 85% of them was black. Dr. Rowley take the black people them land, 35 acres, when he could have 15 acres in sheds, and all pan from all over the world could come and play over there. He take the land from them and he give them a place in Port of Spain, a lease building that a government minister and his cabinet owner. That makes sense, Wall Street. What Dr. Rowley doing for black people and African people in Trinidad and Tobago, rather than give them the ink and tell them to be a PNM until they're dead? How Dr. Rowley don't recognize it don't have no African schools in Trinidad? If the people them follow the culture, the language, the art form, is what does help you to go forward in life. The Chinese do that and look, they go forward in life. The Indians do that and they go forward in life by following the culture and the art form. What culture it have in Trinidad and Tobago for the black community? What culture it have in Trinidad and Tobago? Carnival? Carnival is not your culture. That's an art form. That is not your culture. That is Spain and the white people them thing that they leave down here for we. How much language, how much African language Dr. Rowley encouraging our black people to learn in Trinidad and Tobago, rather than fire the mother and father and have them struggling. That young guy that they killed from Port of Spain, I do business if he from 7 and 6 or what. That is not my concern. But that young boy had 12 years when Dr. Rowley take office. He didn't get opportunity from the state, and many of them, the black community, not getting opportunity from the state. Them saying the state depressing them and condemning them and criticizing them from 1956 to 2024. What the PNM could show that they did for the African community. None of the African leaders will say thank you, Basde Upande, for giving us this day as a holiday. None of them, but condemn and criticize them. The most they celebrating in African emancipation is the word African that Dr. Rowley put. And forget the emancipation. How it is they call 91.9 and many other radio stations. And even calling in the community for a learning center for the school to be renovated properly. They're not even doing that. Those mothers and fathers and the so-called grandmothers and grandfathers. What is the responsibility to call the radio station and call program and condemn the UNC and uplift the PNM and seek the interests of the future of their own tribe? That is what they must be doing Wall Street and Uncle Tony, listeners all over the world. We need so much help in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, especially in the black community. You go in every electoral district that the PNM control from 1956, and you will see what I'm speaking about. Look, Dr. Rowley community. Dr. Rowley say he represents 29,000 people in Diego Martin, and he don't know not one of them. He don't know not one of them. The primary school that have in the area is the UNC and Kamala Bellat. The health center he have over there is Kamala Bellat. 98% of the population is in the electoral district. 98% is black. So why we should allow a black man to fool the future of black and be contented and appreciate that as black mothers and fathers? That responsibility, if your desire is to be at PNM until you're dead, nobody have a problem with that. But the future of your grandchildren, they don't want to be PNM until they're dead. The only way they will get an opportunity is if you speak on their behalf and you stand up on their behalf. What you celebrate in emancipation, the people who beat the drum, the people who beat the drum on emancipation today, I sure they get money yet. And if they do want to get money, they'll get 2 years after. Poor black drummers, that is not millionaires. And when the East Indian play for the PNM and all them PNM rally and them East Indian Tassa drummers, them is millionaires. Them is millionaires.
All right, COP, leave it there. Bless. Folks, I want to do something. I want to play. First of all, I'm going to put this up here. Tommy, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Besessa had an Emancipation Day message. Where did I put that? Let me find that for you. Here it is. And let me read that. Listen to this. African Emancipation Day. From sports to academia, law, business, medicine, politics, science and technology, literature, journalism, cuisine culture, music, dance, theater, painting, and social and political activism. There's truly no area of our progressive development as a nation, region, and world that has not been gifted with the immense talents and innovation of our great African ancestors and their descendants. Tommy, did you hear that right?
Yep.
Okay. I want you all, I'm going to play now. Well, no, let me not play that yet. Let me play, yeah, let me play the Prime Minister, his, cause part of his Emancipation Day speech, because he write a thesis, but there was a main part of that he wrote that I took great, great issues with, Tommy. Great issues with as a sportsman. Let me play that for you guys. Let me play that for you. Because Tommy, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, Tommy?
Go ahead.
Would you rather hear about an icon of sports? Would you rather hear about Brian Lara, Keyshawn Walcott, Hasty Crawford, Otto Bolin, or Claude Noel? Or would you like to hear about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as an icon of a Trinidadian? You want me to repeat it for you, Tommy?
I hear everything you say, but there are two perspectives.
Okay.
There's historic, which is ancient history, or should I say, there's all of it is history, but there's recent and there's ancient or past. I like to hear of them all
Tommy,
in perspective.
Tommy, I'll be honest with you. As a Trinidadian, and things done from a Trinbagonian perspective. So, Tommy, you know what, Tommy? The Prime Minister should have called me too. I have established 20 world records in men's masters track and field for men 40 and over.
Yep.
And all I'm saying is that Brian Charles Lara, most of the things those guys did was first for the country.
That's right.
Hasty Crawford, the first Olympic gold medal in
First
1976.
medalist.
First, there could be never another first, you know.
Keyshawn Walcott, first in javelin.
First, there could never be another first, you know. Right? But the Prime Minister decides that he's going to call all these names. And the only sportsman name he called is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, God, come on, man. Come on, man.
But he clearly was dating, he seemed to be dating the history that he wanted to highlight. And the recent history, he overlooked it, which was, in my opinion, erroneous.
All right, let's take this call. Hold on. Yeah, KFC. KFC. KFC, turn on your computer. Turn on the computer.
Good night, Mr. Bashigre, Uncle Thomas. So I stop in the university artists and face. And Kishore also the youngest artist, 19 years, got achieved a gold medal.
Hello? Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And you come out big and bad and bold. And the only name you could and listen, it's not like if he only had 5,000 words to write, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's not what there was a limit on his words on Facebook that he could write.
Well, what was that? What should what that speech that he give today? What is he doing for the black people and them? He giving them any land?
Oh, you know, KFC. I thought I was waiting. I listened to this speech and I waiting. I said, oh God, boy, that fella go come and really talk about himself as the blackest man in Trinidad, and he could do something as the blackest man. You go say the Emancipation Support Committee. I Dr. Keith Christopher, change all the name to African Emancipation Day. And tomorrow, we will have a ribbon cutting ceremony for 5 acres of land for the African Emancipation Support Committee.
Well, after today, they took up their clothes and forget the black conscious, you know. They're going to say the cost the piano, you know, with the separation. I never black leader. I see them marching along by particularly green. You passing along. You see the school?
No.
In the black community?
No, they didn't. No, you didn't see it. You look the other way. You look in the river.
They want to perpetrate and black police. That's evil, wicked piano. What should I love to understand?
Yeah, man. Tommy, listen to here. This is part of the speech, yeah? And this is what got me upset, Tommy. Listen.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has urged educational institutions across the country to focus more on outstanding Afro-Trinidadians and Afro-Tobagonians who have made contributions both home and abroad. He made the call in his African...
Tommy, you hear what this is from his Facebook page, yeah? At home and abroad. Right? Right?
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has urged educational institutions across the country to focus more on outstanding Afro-Trinidadians and Afro-Tobagonians who have made contributions both home and abroad. He made the call in his African Emancipation Day message. Dr. Rowley, who returned from the 47th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting yesterday, urged the National Library, NALIS, and the National Trust to focus and devise educational programs for the national audience, particularly the nation's youth. He singled out Afro-Trinidadians and Afro-Tobagonians such as Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, George Padmore, Malcolm Nurse, Henry Sylvester Williams, Dr. Eric Eustace Williams, Tubal Uriah Buzz Butler, CLR James, Oliver Cromwell Cox, Sir Leary Constantine, Lloyd Best, Selwyn Ryan, Earl Lovelace, APT James, James Biggert, Winifred Atwell, and basketball legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Prime Minister went further in calling on the University of the West Indies, the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and the University of the Southern Caribbean to research further, then highlight and promote the African heritage in our art, literature, music, religion, drama, fashion, our cuisine, our technical and entrepreneurial skills.
Yeah, he could have acknowledged some of heroes like Lara and Crawford and I hate to say it, but he shows that he's very lazy.
Tommy, let me get you a round of applause for that. You know why, Tommy? That actually came to mind. I'm going to get you a round of applause for that, Tommy. Now to get a round of applause because that actually came to mind, Tommy. Tommy, it just seems to me that maybe he's a speechwriter too, And they give it to him and he just posted it on his Facebook page, and he read it over.
That's quite possible.
That's possible too, but that's laziness.
Yeah, it's not that we hate the Prime Minister or anything, It's just that we need somebody who is a little bit more conscious as a Trinidadian or a Trinbagonian.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem. Tommy, here your partner. Your partner just come. Fox. Yeah. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Trinidad. Did we ever question whether Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is from Trinidad, Tobago, or Grenada, or Barbados, or anywhere? Did we ever question that?
No, we never did. But I know him to have Trinidad roots. As a matter of fact, Chris, my deceased wife, is related to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, nobody questioning whether he is a Trinidadian or have Trinidadian roots. Nobody questioning that. Right? But I am saying, I am saying, if you're going to put any sports hero in your emancipation statement, you cannot leave out Hasty Crawford. You cannot. You cannot leave out Brian Charles Lara. You cannot. You know, you could leave out Otto Bolin, or maybe you could leave out Keyshawn Walcott, or maybe you could leave out Claude Noel. But Tommy, what Hasty Crawford did, right? What he did is historic.
Absolutely.
Historic. And you talking about black achievement and you don't call his name? And you call yourself the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's just a lack in leadership. Our leadership is questionable.
Yeah. Walton Walker, he wants to be named in history as a great Afro leader. He with what? What? Having more black people living below the poverty line? Having more black people killed under his watch? Having more black children going under 50% in the SCA? Those kind of things? Please. That will be his legacy. That will be his legacy. Yeah? Ian. How you gonna make an Emancipation Day statement and you don't call Hasty Crawford? And you know what make it worse, Tommy? The Olympics going on. And he in the Olympics.
Coincidentally, right?
Coincidentally, yeah. Eh? Oh God, Olio, come on, man. And you know what they gonna say to me as we do? Oh God,
them is Rowley haters. They don't like Rowley.
Them hate Rowley. Them hate the PNM. But what we talking is lie.
We talking truth to power. We ain't making up nothing.
Look, he trying to defend. Jerome Moses said Rowley don't care about black people. All he care about is their vote. That's all. Yeah, Jerome, that's true. All he care about is when election come, they vote for him. And that is it. After that, cancel Christmas. Wall Street. But for a PM who love something, I would have expected he would put more effort into sports in Trinidad, who love golf. But Caribbean Soul, no, I didn't expect. I didn't expect anything. Listen to him. What is the best definition of history? History is the study of change over time, and it covers all aspects of human society: political, social, economic, scientific, technological, medical, cultural. What all of that is to say, Tommy?
I don't know what he's trying to say, but
Tommy, Hasty Crawford won the gold medal in 1976. How long ago was that, Tommy? How long ago was that? 76 and 4 is 80. That must 76 and 4
years.
48 years ago. That is not history, right, Tommy? That is not history. That is recent. That is just the other day. Right? That is just the other day. Look.
What happened last year is history.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That is his story. Yeah? But we celebrating. You might as well bring back the British. Yeah? Rasta Jack say Rasta Jack Rory. Let them know they ain't free as yet. Yeah. So, Fox, here's a question for you. Ian want to know. Fox, name a country who celebrates other people's achievements. Name a country, Fox. You understand? You know what that's like, Tommy?
Yes, like Columbus, celebrating Columbus Day.
Tommy boy, I don't know, boy.
Yeah, Columbus Day is good to celebrate.
Yeah. Columbus Day, man. Yeah, and Sir Walter Raleigh and Sir Francis Drake, boy. I'm gonna tell you, them is icons of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, but let me get back to the Emancipation Day message from Mrs. Kamla Prasad Besessa, and then we're gonna go to the NTA.
brothers and sisters, I say happy Emancipation Day to all of you. Be safe and God bless you.
Let's go to the NTA Emancipation.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the power. The power of love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Bring down the power. Love to heal a nation is the greatest power. Destruction is blowing over this land. And now the earth is trembling with man's oppression of man.
There you have it, folks. Yeah. Let me take this voice note here.
Wall Street, what did PNM ever do for Hazley Crawford? What did PNM ever do for he? When he win gold medal, what did PNM ever give he? It's Kamala, one name that Hazley Crawford Stadium under Hazley Crawford. And the only reason why Dr. Rowley might be mentioned his name, because Hazley Crawford was moving under the People's Partnership. He best representation and assistance he get is from the People's Partnership and Kamala.
Yeah, I think they name a plane after him. Right, Tommy?
Yep.
Yeah, they name a plane after him, and then the plane went out of service, and that was it. Oh God. Oh God. Troy says, good night, Aunt Slam, Uncle Tommy, and everyone in the village, and to you, Auntie Diana. Yeah. Fox only defending, boy. Yeah, happy Emancipation to you too, JB. Yeah, tomorrow when Emancipation finish tomorrow the Emancipation Support Committee go land, right, Tommy?
Your dream.
No, they'll get I'm telling you, they'll get land tomorrow. You know, them PNM people go start to become activists for the Emancipation Support Committee to get peace of land. You ain't think so, Tommy?
Hold your breath.
Oh God. No, come on, Tommy, man. Come on, man.
I wouldn't hold mine.
I feel them PNM callers, them BR PNM callers at 91.9 will start calling and talking to the Prime Minister and telling him we want land for the Emancipation Support Committee.
If that happens, Wall Street, I'll apologize tomorrow night.
No, we got to take some time though, because you got to take it to cabinet and you got to do a lot of things. You ain't think that gonna happen?
Fat chance.
Tommy, have some hope now, man. Tommy.
Yeah, but when you know what you're working with.
All right, listen to this.
Look at the American Revolution in 1776. That revolution was for what? For land. How was it? Why did they want land? Independence. Number one, it was based on land. The basis of independence. And the only way they could get it, the French Revolution. What was it based on? The landless against the landlord. Just a moment. The Russian Revolution. What was it based on? Land. The landless against the landlord. How did they bring it about? The Chinese Revolution. They wanted land. They threw the British out, along with the Uncle Tom Chinese. Yeah, they did. They set a good example. When I was in prison, I read an article, and don't be shocked when I say I was in prison. You still in prison. then you know how you can get yours straight. Please. There's been a revolution, a black revolution going on in Africa. In Kenya, the Mau Mau were revolutionaries. They were the ones who made the word uhuru. They were the ones who brought it to the fore. The Mau Mau, they were revolutionaries. They believed in scorched earth. They knocked everything aside that got in their path. And their revolution also was based on land, a desire for land. In Algeria, the northern part of Africa, a revolution took place. The Algerians were revolutionists. They wanted land. France offered to let them be integrated into France. They told France to hell with France. They wanted some land, not some France. Land is the basis of all independence. Land is the basis of freedom, justice, and equality. It's based on land. A revolutionary wants land so he can set up his own nation, an independent nation. These Negroes aren't asking for no nation. They're trying to crawl back on the plantation.
Tommy, and listen, when you defending taking away land from a cultural organization in Trinidad and Tobago and defending not giving land to another, look, yeah, Brooklyn.
Good night again to you, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wall
indeed.
Street. Sometimes I still hear the PNM, you know. How you gonna say if Dr. Rowley had to give the Africans land, he had to go to Parliament? When Kamala Prasad said give David Mohammed the land, she went to Parliament?
Nah, you just had to get it signed off.
Did Kamala went to Parliament to get it signed?
I would think she went to Parliament.
If she did it the day before she left office, or shortly before leaving office, you think she would have had
office, how she have time to go to Parliament, Wall Street?
They not Parliament that day?
No, man. Stop. I tell you, they say the PNM in here sometime, you know. It ain't all washed out yet. You understand? It still have a little bit of the body. It Rowley had to do something for African people. There should be nothing to stop him. When he was getting jailed down the land, jailed down the Indian the land in the Pancho land, he went to Parliament to agree that.
Nah, but he ain't gave it yet.
You see?
He ain't gave it yet. He ain't gave it yet.
But he didn't go to Parliament. He just said he gave the Indian land. He don't take it from Pancho already. When Rowley wants to do things on his own, he doesn't go to Parliament to do it. So, at this point in time, if Rowley had to do anything for African people, which, watch it, if Rowley get African people land, I walk from Point 14 to Port of Spain naked as a bun.
Hey, Brooklyn, take that back. Brooklyn, take that back. Tommy, you listening?
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Was shit. Rowley, after Emancipation Day today, come tomorrow and say African people get land. I buy a plane ticket and walk from Point 14 or Erie. Not even going further. Erie, they call.
Oh, man, going to Erie, man. Going to Erie.
Deeper than Point 14, right?
Okay. All right. I don't know. Me, I don't know.
Uncle Tommy, no. Uncle Tommy,
Yes.
Erie is the last point.
Yes.
I don't know.
I had a South girlfriend from down there, so I know.
Put that on Point 14. But
yes.
You may get locked up on the route, you know, for indecent exposure.
Yeah, for streaking. You get locked up for streaking. You get locked up for streaking.
Indecent exposure.
Brooklyn, you go get 10 demerit points. You go get demerit points.
Rowley and give black people food for 9 years. You think after this so-called African emancipation, you go give them land?
Yeah, you go get them.
Listen, Rowley sheep and goat in Tobago have more benefits. If one of Rowley sheep get nail jock, it fly abroad for medical treatment. That's how good Rowley animals is, not the people. He treat the animals better than the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, beside the 1% and the friends and family. So don't expect African people to get anything from King Christopher Rowley. He hated black people since in Manning days. I gave all the evidence and proof to show that. What make you think now when he ended when he going out, he go get Kamala, it was Kamala Pusadi Sessa never make that bet. Because I know Kamala Pusadi Sessa.
They would have get land already. They would have get watch. I would have the Laventel to Washington Empowerment Center. It would have been up and running. The Emancipation Support Committee would have piece of land, 1 or 2 acres. You understand?
But what should the woman come on your program and say how long she waiting? The woman says she waited for this piece of land how much years was she?
Yeah.
But she's a good slave. She says she will wait quietly. So she will suffer peacefully. That's what she's doing. And she's supposed to be the leader of these people. Well, the people really need a leader. I think I have to go back to Trinidad and organize an organization and be a leader or something, because these people are too weak, boy. They're too weak. You understand? And they afraid Rowley. They can't. Rowley, they talk hard and they get frightened. You gotta raise back your voice at the man and used to tell her, hey, I is the prime minister. You could bark as how much a dog you want. I ain't afraid no dog in here. I's a lion. Man and used to talk to him so. You understand? Well, she don't go to you have a good night.
Yeah,
but
man.
Rowley gave black people nothing. And this emancipation, they think is a joke, because guess what? Trinidadians didn't fight for nothing. They get independence, all everything free. All they was doing is just getting it free because the people who are in charge made the agreement with the white man who is slavery to be quiet, and he tell them all of them go be slaves. Don't worry. All of them we go continue to have them as slaves. We go just bamboos them with the PNM. What do you call it? The PNM have a thing, let's call it. When the PNM put out information and all of them running. And I want to say this before I go. The lady who says she was 75 years, what a brilliant, intelligent lady.
God, boy, brilliant, you know.
Like that.
Brilliant, you know.
Yes.
Brilliant, you know.
We need people like
Brooklyn, I never hear. Brooklyn, I've been listening to 91.9. I retired from the New York Stock Exchange 24 years. I've been listening. I never hear that clear, concise, well-structured discussion.
And Wall Street.
75.
Wall Street. These is the people you have to have like on a showcase, like on something where the younger people could learn from the people who know the right thing. You know what she said? My father was an NJAC. My father never believed. My father was, I'll tell you already, watch it. He was one of the rebels of the NJAC. He was one of the militant men. He didn't know, he never liked PNM. He voted for UNC because of me. He voted for UNC, but he would have never voted for nobody else. You understand? But he never vote PNM. He didn't like PNM. He said PNM oppressing black people from ever since. You understand? So it's the same way she father too. Never liked PNM because they know. So just the way I is, I can tell you, people like that, elderly to hear something different than everything we Rowley say. Just like they say, oh, the Bible say, Trinidadians as we, and Rowley say, programming. Well, she thought I'm going to tell you have a good night.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Tommy, and you know the young lady named Miss Georgia. That's her mother. You know the one who called she Miss Georgia?
Yes.
That is her mother.
Okay.
Yeah. So the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Is Miss Georgia you call her or Miss Atlanta?
No, the mother called Miss Atlanta, and I call the daughter Miss Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, let me take this voice now. Hold on.
All right, Mr. Wall Street, and I don't put me. But for me, I feel.
All right, let's take this one. Okay, all right, let me try that.
It's all you to blame, it's all you.
KFC, you're inside. KFC, turn on your computer.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Wall Street. Good to me.
Good night.
Yeah, man?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, he go walk. I go run by. If they get land. On that Rowley give pop for anything. Yo, the player never skill up now. Because I'm actually telling you, I'm a red jersey, for roti and a chubby, and two maxis. Only use them like for the vote. But watch it. You see the woman interviews that care, but she like I see she tonight in the news and she complain they get small money.
She complaining?
Yeah.
What she say? What she say?
They didn't get enough funding now. We got about 400 and something.
I
go
call she.
Look into that.
Yeah, no, I'll call she. I'll try and call she after the top of the hour. I'll go try and call she.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bless. Yeah. Walton Walker, you know something? That is no problem. We have to run a program on how the stock exchange work. That's no problem. You see, Walton Walker, part of the Laventil to Washington Empowerment Center was part of that tour to explain to these kids. And not only that, but what we'd have done, we'd have brought online trading, how to learn how to do online trading, right? Because the kids that I took to the stock exchange, I'm on the board of directors of a company called Simple Trader Pro. And what they do is they are teaching kids in Newark how to trade online. So they have simulations and teaching them bid acts and different things that happens. And when they went to the New York Stock Exchange, they were able to see exactly how it happens, how it works. They was able to see now and say, yeah. And when they were talking to the people on the exchange, they already had some knowledge of what was actually going on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Just imagine, Tommy. Imagine if Trinidad and Tobago was to have a program like that. Just imagine, Tommy.
Empowering the youth from young.
Oh, Tommy, you could create millionaires. You could go to sleep, and next morning you wake up, you're a millionaire. And folks, you could start with one share, You'd rather start with 2, 3, 4, 5 shares. These days you could start with one share. One. Just one. That's all, one. And then there's a possibility that stock may split 2 for 1. You end up with 2 shares, and it could go on and on and on. Yeah? I don't understand that. I'm not into that. Okay, let me finish this voice. Not yet, Tony. Hold on. Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good evening, good night, Mr. Ansem. Good night, Mr. Tommy. So Mr. Ansem, when I was going to school in Trinidad, everything that I learned, right, was seasonal, That's how they teach me. They say it's the dry season and the wet season. Then they go have emancipation. Well, let me start from the beginning of New Year. Then Easter. Then they'll have emancipation. Then they'll have independence. And so on going on. That's how they teach me. You see, that is the problem in Trinidad. Let me say about 60% of the people in Trinidad, they're seasonal. After the emancipation they done, that is it, that is the back of people's mind. Now people looking forward for the great race and looking forward for this and looking forward for the independence. And this is how it goes. You see, if you teach it in school as everybody's saying, now people have a better understanding and a more grasp with that, and they will be able to learn more about the culture. But if it does do no season, all right, look, Emancipation Day. 1 week they go show us an advertisement about it, and then after today done, that is it. No more. Carnival. As Carnival done, the next day dancehall music on the radio. It's seasonal. Everything is just seasonal, and this is how we program it. And a lot of the children again programs the same way too. We need to start to have 24 hours of certain things on radio, on television. It's a media now, social media. They're supposed to have 24 hours talking about emancipation right through. Programs, kids coming playing drums, then the Indians are supposed to have the playing the tassa and teaching about the culture. And you don't need the regular media for that and social media, and you see everything is just seasonal, and that is my point of view. Look on this thing.
Yeah, man. No, Tommy. You know, sometimes I don't like to do this, you know. I just Fox just make me question if he thinking with the Balize side of his brain, right? Or he thinking with the other side of his brain. You can get rich by investing in stock, but it will take time. For example, investing in S&P 500 over a 12 to 15-year period could mean you could become a stock market millionaire, right? Fox, Fox, Fox. This program could be a crime fighting initiative for young black youths in the urban communities in Trinidad and Tobago. And here is why. It's a program where you sit in front of a computer, right? And this same computer, which is driven by AI, will also give you recommendations of which stocks to invest in. When to buy, when to get out. Right? When to go short, when to buy back. This is what it will do. It's a program. It's a whole holistic program. And AI is part of it. And the first school in the nation is the Newark Board of Education school system. The first school system, the Newark Board of Education school system. And let me tell all you, yeah, yours truly, right here, yours truly was responsible for that. Responsible for that. Right? So when them people just talk all kind of things, I don't pay them no attention. I don't pay them no attention, really and truly. Right? Because this little black boy from Chumakak, Lavantil, Chumakak, yeah, from Chumakak, building one apartment to one. You see? But you see, the PNM, you know what, boy? Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Curtis Lampkin want to wish the callers and viewers happy Emancipation Day. Yeah. Happy Emancipation Day to you, Dario. Yeah? Dario, you put on your dashiki today? Oh, let me finish this voice note here. Hold on.
Right? So she can I don't put on me. But for me, I feel it's all it to blame, is all your old ageable people to blame for making the wrong choice in 2015 and 2020. It's all they have we youths in this mess right now. And all they never apologize to the youths by making the wrong choice.
All right.
It's time for all the self-ageable people to fix it now. Don't depend on the youths now. Why are they depending on the youths for? It's all the people in this mess.
All right, Troy. Troy blaming we, boy. Troy says we put them in that mess. We papa. That's how my partner CEO Peter said. I'm gonna see if I have any more voice notes before we go for the break. Oh, you know what? Aisha says, got to love Ghana president. This is a leader who knows he's a servant to the people. Let me see what is this here. Let me see if this is. Let me see this here. Hold on, huh? All right, I gotta do that video. Miss Georgia sent me 2 videos, and I am going to play those videos on Sunday. Miss somebody just send my next video here. Yeah, I will play those 2 videos on Sunday, Miss Georgia. Thanks a lot. Let me see this other. We're gonna go for a quick break after this. All right, and when we come back, I have an editorial on the demerit points in Trinidad and Tobago. One of the fewest, one of the only countries in the world that give you the merit points for tinted law violation. Yeah, Mr. Point 14.
Yeah, well, shit.
Yeah.
You see that video where they show with the elementary school children and they did a little history about Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
You can send me the link from on YouTube. That's some people I need for them to take a look at this thing where they play this sometime about.
All right, I'll go send it for you. Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah. Let me go for the break. Folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Worship, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. We'll be right back after this short break. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. I want to check something here, Tommy, because I want to play a song here, but I'd have played from a different place. Let me see if it's in here. Hold on, you know what? Let me go for the break and when we come back, I'll look for it when we come back. We'll be right back, folks.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
It raises a question, ladies and gentlemen. If they cannot speak the truth in small things, imagine what they will do in big things. I want to send a message to Black Stalin. It have some people that need burning. With honest people, you know where you stand, but not so with deceitful ones. For them, black is white and last could be first. About the truth, they couldn't care less. What was wrong for them yesterday, now 10 times worse, they have nothing to say. For everything they was complaining, now their silence is deafening. So Black Stalin, now to you I turn. Them deceitful people must burn. Rowdy shut down Petro train, they say not a word. Fire to burn them. No foreign exchange, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. In 6 times he raised the gas price. When we was juicing it, they had it nice. But his protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC did do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them deceitful men and women. What is right and wrong is wrong, whether it is spoken or put in song. Those who fear the truth, them hypocrite, will always hate the people who speak in it. There's 5 and 6 murders every day, with bullets and bloodshed everywhere. People are living in gripping fear, while the police tell you to pray. And the only reason you're still alive is nobody ready to take your life. For the right price, you could be history. That is where crime reaching sweet and now is arm home invasion from them, not a word. Fire to burn them. Daily drive-by killings, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. People charged with murder could escape jail, cause under the PNM they will get bail. But it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC did do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them. Them set a deceitful PNM. People losing jobs every day, while there's more taxes we have to pay. But all them snake in the Balize, Not one word you would hear them say, and food prices going up daily. You can't buy food for your family, while government live in luxury. Inflation strangling everybody, and for the sick and the elderly, they can't buy drugs in the pharmacy. But there's none so blind, the Bible tell me, than those who have eyes and refuse to see. Now it's property tax, they're very quiet. Increase light bill, they're very silent. Them but boasting how they quiet, because SP and them they wouldn't riot. But it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat. If UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to run them, time to burn out the PLM. They did not listen to Patrick Manning. Now the country is suffering. It's arrogance and incompetence, corruption and nepotism. Ministers get millions for government rent, while workers only getting 4%. Contracts for their friends to get richer, while poor people have to suffer. 100 million in fake oil scandal, while there's no beds in the hospital. Mr. Manning advice they did not take. Now we eat bread that the devil baked. Now it's corporate manslaughter from them, not a word. And those who are guilty still on the job. Oil and gas production is at all-time low. The Minister of Energy don't have a clue, but this protest like rain. They go burn down flat. If UNC they do that, Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait, brother. Stalin, time to burn them. Time to fire the PLM. Remember, people who can't face the truth will always hate the people who speak it. Them a hypocrite, them hypocrite.
Audio.
It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, share the live on WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. Also at WZYE TV on YouTube. And I want to play something for you guys that
And you can call us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. Voice notes and texts are welcome.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to get this thing here for you guys. Hold on, eh? There was a okay, here we go. Is this it? No, that's not it. Home. Let me see if this video is here. I had that video today, you know. All right, I have to look for that video. I want to play that video. It's a video today that was released today, Tommy. Brother David Mohammed was on a radio program this morning.
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the audio with him.
Yeah, and I thought
video with him. Yeah.
Thought I saved it here. Let me see. Anyway, I'm gonna get to that one. I want to play this. Miss Georgia sent this for me, and this is Kwame Ture talking back in the day. I don't know what year it was, but Miss Georgia can send and let me know when this one. So listen to this. This is Kwame Ture.
African bourgeoisie is the most corrupt bourgeoisie in the world. In Africa, they seek luxury in the midst of mass suffering. There are more Mercedes in Africa than in any other continent in the world. In America, as soon as they arrive at a position based on this blood of the people, they snatch that position and run away from the people. But you must not think that they represent the people. They only represent their opportunistic self, using the people every step of the way. So you must not be confused. It must be clear then, for the 60s, the class struggle in the African Revolution must be more ruthless and uncompromising than in any other revolution. Here then the masses must come without pity and without mercy to trample upon these reactionary pigs who, after the people have gained struggle through their blood, come to hand back the gains on a silver platter to the very enemy the people fought.
So there you have it, folks. That's Kwame Ture. Tommy, there was some news. There was some news today, Tommy. Think about this, right, Tommy? I don't know if you heard this. HDC is going to build some housing, right? For approximately, I think, $500 million. Right? You know who they awarded it to? A Chinese firm. So think about it, Tommy, that we don't have nobody locally who can build. Well, I mean, we know we are the 1%. We don't have nobody else who can build houses in Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course, we do.
So why we had to award a contract to the Chinese firm, and they wasn't the lowest bidder?
I suspect that the Chinese company is gonna build it out of their pocket fully and not worry about getting paid until the houses are sold. That's what I.
But Tommy, when you have procurement, isn't that supposed to go to the lowest bidder? No.
Yes. Yeah, the procurement is the best bid.
So what is the purpose of procurement if it's not going to the best bid?
I think financing is probably the issue there.
Okay, so let's take a listen.
HDC to award Santa Rosa contract to Chinese firm. Several contractors are getting ready to challenge the intention by the Housing Development Corporation, HDC, to award a huge housing contract in East Trinidad to a Chinese contractor. HDC yesterday issued a notice of a decision to award a contract to China Harbor Engineering Company Ltd. To build houses at the corporation's Santa Rosa housing development. The contract, which is to design and build houses on the site, is for $475.83 million. China Harbor was not the lowest bidder for the contract. According to a notice attached to the announcement, several local contracting firms submitted bids for the project, but were not successful. Junior Sammy Construction submitted a bid for $419.22 million. Mudalal Ramhit and Sons Contracting submitted a bid for $344.15 million, and NH International, Caribbean, put in a bid of $259.61 million. The HDC announcement states that there is a standstill period from July 31st to August 14th, 2024. Consequently, in accordance with Section 35 of the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act, as amended, the HDC is initiating a standstill period of 10 working days, said the HDC notice. Section 35 of the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act states, 35.2. A procuring entity shall promptly notify each supplier or contractor who presented submissions of its decision to accept the successful submission at the end of the standstill period. 3. The notice referred to in subsection 2. Shall contain, at a minimum, the following information. A. The name and address of the supplier or contractor presenting the successful submission. B. The contract price. And C. The duration of the standstill period as set out in the solicitation documents. The standstill period gives bidders the ability to launch challenge proceedings against the intention by state companies to award contracts. One contractor, who is on the list of bidders, said, "While we have not made a final decision, this award is likely to be challenged by us, and the project stopped while the Office of Procurement Regulator does its review." This intent does not constitute an offer or a binding contract between the HDC and China Harbor Engineering Company (TNT). In the event that the HDC or China Harbor Engineering are unable to successfully reach agreement at the close of negotiations, the HDC will conclude the procurement process with China Harbor Engineering and continue the same with the next eligible proponent, the HDC said.
So, Tommy, you heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? Take us into your contract world, Tommy, into your contractor's world. What does that mean?
It seems very shady, to say the least.
So it looked like they have a preferred bidder, right?
Yep.
And that is the Chinese company, right? That's who they want to get the contract to, right? So what sense does it really make, Tommy, if you have procurement?
And you heard NH's bid?
Yes, I did. Yeah. 260.
And NH has a track record, you know.
Yeah. A Mova Defender, help us with that. Did you hear that?
Yeah, but how was the coming for that one? Blessed my uncle Tommy and worship.
Yeah, help us.
I know about bidding for agency, right? On the document they say not because you have the lowest bid. That means you're going to win the tender as well. So I can defend that for having the lowest bid. It's not because you have the lowest bid you're going to win the contract. Okay. I think it comes to them right before the OPR thing. I don't know about the OPR. This new thing this is a new kind of concept. But the OPR is something totally different. But before OPR, on the document when you bid in, they tell you not because you have the lowest bid, that means you're automatically going to get the contract. It's different things that come together to see if you could go ahead with the contract.
If you can deliver at the price that you propose.
Right? I don't know if that helps anyway.
No, well, I couldn't understand. So what you're telling me is that you have 5 bids. The lowest bid doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the winner. Doesn't some people have to make that decision regarding a bid that's higher than that? Isn't humans have to make that decision to say, all right, even though your bid is the lowest, the person who had the highest bid, they might have a track record and we feel they can do the job better and so on and so forth.
Yes,
Whatever the price.
That is what they use. They used to see a track record on your building. Like if you did something like that before and then you get accident passing, that is more be the thing they look at, not really the price especially. So what if you go over, it will be disqualified, but they have a budget already.
Right. So what is the purpose of procurement then?
But more
the procurement is really a kind of how to put it. It's more or less a transparent situation.
Wait, but move out different. If it's transparent, I could still pick. All right. We have 5 bidders. 5, 4, 3, 2. 5 is the highest bidder. We have 4, we have 3, we have 2. We want the 4th highest bidder. We don't want the 5th. We don't want the top.
No put this way fair. That's saying, right?
Yeah.
You bid the lowest. You bid the lowest, right?
Right.
But your track record is either you never build anything at that magnitude, or you have a failing grade to your build. Your build different. They won't pick you. So I think it will go to the next one.
But how I become the top 5? Don't they pick Like, don't they have 20 bids and then they pick the top 5 and they decide we're gonna
No. We got a tender. We got tender and processes, right?
Yes, yeah, I understand that.
So there's that it come a public document.
Yeah.
In the papers, right?
Right.
So if I go to the papers, if I go to the agency website, right?
Yeah.
Then me, you, Uncle Tommy is the only two people who tender first.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And we tender, you bid the lowest, but you never build something like that before.
Okay.
I bid right around where agency had the budget. And Uncle Tommy bid over. Right? But I never build like that, you never build. But Uncle Tommy is over, and he built like that before, and he have a passing grade. Right? What they might do is they might call he in and negotiate with him. And see if he can do a better price. But not because we put the lowest price, we're going to win it.
Yeah,
but the thing with this now, I can't talk to this because remember, all these agencies call it is the top, like a better with the top dogs in Trinidad.
Right.
So they must be watching how this firm come from all the country.
Yeah.
And when they say, but that when the OPR came in, that's the only good thing about the OPR. With the OPR now, everything is transparent and you could contest it. Before, I think you could not contest it. That's the only good thing with the OPR now.
So
before you lost a contract,
yeah,
you lost the bid, story done. But I think the OPR put in something now where you can query it.
So Mova Defender, if you're a minority contractor in Trinidad, you're going to be getting you're going to be only getting small contracts then.
But what should you know that?
Asking answers.
First thing first, the insurance to bid for something like that is now 100, 200,000. What small man like me getting now? So you have to put like in a tendering process, right? You have to put bonds like security. I think it's been non-refundable too. So like they tell you put 10,000 non-refundable.
So although I
right?
no set aside for minority contractors.
Well, shit, we could barely get these small contractors with those set aside the big one for me. Them is only give I only get contract one sheet if it's in the ghetto and it's too small for the big boys to watch it. They will call in the small men and do it. It's called selective tender. And the only how small man is getting in this brutal game. Why should I have 4 garbage trucks and only one is work?
Mova Defender, listen to this. The Prime Minister spoke about a black woman who have a contracting company in New York and New Jersey. The only how she received contracts in order to become a multi-millionaire is through the set-aside contracts.
That's the only how. That's
the only how she become.
Well, she just fight. All right, let me show you some of this OPR, right? For instance, you want to put in OPR now, long time ago, get a contract, right? And then put your ducks in a row, right? No, your ducks have to be in a row for them to even consider, And the ducks now, all right, so for instance, remember, I'm not a big millionaire, so I can have a staff, me in an office space. So why else do I go see somebody who doing like taxes and company registration? I go pay them to do my stuff, right? But do not I have a staff. So every 6 months when it expires, his staff will just renew it. Every 6 months I have to pay somebody to do it. I understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand.
Right. So before the OPR, you could have get your contract and then get your ducks in Euro before you go and sign up the contract. Now, for it to be even considered, your ducks have to be narrowed.
So it appears to me that they set up certain contractors to basically continue to get dregs and scrums.
Well, ask any small contractor and ask anybody who be honest. The OPR was made to throw small man. A small man cannot keep up that. All right, what you mean getting no contract? Let me say I don't get no contract. How could I keep up that going on and on and on till someday I must get one? Yeah. Think about that.
No, I understand.
I heard PNM high ranker said that that's going to come out publicly and say The OPR was made to throw this small man.
Suffocation at its fullest.
Let me ask you this quick one before I go, right?
Yeah.
Long time the government could hire anti-mill to sell, to cook some food for them in a function.
Right.
Anti-mill, you know, that's about no OPR.
Yep.
How should one register with that now? So the big boy food outlets now,
Them
we don't get them get even that and all now.
Yeah, them getting these small thing now. Them coming down to take these small thing.
God, come on, man. Let me do honest for yourself. Enjoy your night.
Yeah, man. Tommy boy. Tommy.
You know, but NH has a track record of building good structures, and they've built quite a bit of housing.
But I don't think that the issue, you know, Tommy. The issue is that you have a prime minister touting a black woman who got to where she is due to set aside contracts. And you as the prime minister in the country don't stand up for that, for something like that.
You know, I'll say Manning was doing a lot to empower the upcoming and small contractors. All of that went out the window.
And then people just want to talk about, oh, the two of them up in America, they don't like the PNM, and they hate Rowley. We hate. Why the PNM suffering black people so much? Why? And it's the same 70 to 80% of the black people just vote for them. Why they suffering them so much? It's better we get somebody else. Eh? And I'm sure if we get somebody else, they ain't gonna suffer that way. They ain't gonna suffer because they gonna try their best, better than their best. Listen to David Mohammed.
The problem with poverty in our country is not that we cannot feed the hunger of the poor, but it is that we cannot satisfy the greed of the rich. And there is a political culture within our society that has already been openly stated and declared that the rich are supported with further economic empowerment in the hope that they create and provide more opportunities for the poor. But that has never been a part of how capitalism works in our society. And there is a company, a Caribbean-based company called CPSO. It's the CARICOM private sector organization. And this company, from what we understand, has been given CARICOM associate member status. Now, again, I'm just being frank and plain, but it's a group of mainly Caribbean white businessmen. They have linked with the African Bank. This Afri-Exim Bank, the African Import-Export Bank, has dedicated $1.5 billion in deposits for loans exclusively for African business interests in the Caribbean. The smallest loan that they're allowing is $5 million US. If you divide 1.5 billion by $5 million US, you have the creation of at least 300 new multi-millionaire African businessmen from scratch. 300 new African businessmen in 8 small Caribbean territories. The bank has declared that if Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica just signed the agreement, and that's another misperception. Apparently, government had addressed it and said that the reason the bank is not here is because of a tax situation.
Tax issues, yeah.
But I have it on reliable, first-hand information from CARICOM ambassadors that that's not a valid response because we don't have to open a branch here. We don't have to employ staff. We don't have to have a actual institution physically. All we have to do is sign. And the bank said they will double the deposits to $3 billion if Trinidad and Jamaica sign, which will give us potentially 600 new startup multimillionaire African businessmen. But local white Caribbean business conglomerate have been given the privilege to access the African Bank ahead of the entire African population of Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. And this is why I say cosmetic consciousness, because it's being blocked.
What can we do to shift that cosmetic consciousness, to really embrace the legacy of emancipation, and as you rightfully said, more so liberation, especially with the young people? What can we do?
Tommy, and them people and them black people, the black PNM people, the BRPNM, the BRPNM, them want to talk? Please, them want to talk? I gonna continue saying for the last 9 years, this PNM party have been evil and wicked to the black people who predominantly vote for them. Yeah, led by Prime Minister Rowley. Yeah, led by the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. His words, not mine. Right? Talking about he could be a proud black man. How could you be a proud black man where you have so much black people living below the poverty line in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, the highest ever? Yeah, Mova Defender.
Well, when I hear that, I'm just so mad because I personal to me. Because I try to get a loan from the public bank for the past 6 months or more. Well, she has spending everything. Everything I think about. And all I want is a family level city. And I put up a property having battery worth $1 million. And no matter how I try to get through, it's all at the front red flag. It's something, they're waiting on this, they're waiting on that, they're going for approval. Over 6 months no more. I even tried to join a bank on the internet, but they respond yet. Because I know what this could bring to us. Yep. And somebody blocking it. But Gordon Joseph coffee night?
No, he's celebrating Emancipation Day.
He's celebrating, and I like to hear his thoughts on this.
No.
And I really like to hear his thoughts on this.
He celebrates.
Fox Islam.
Nah, well,
I want to hear the thoughts on this.
Yep, Fox Islam, you go shift the goalpost on that.
No, I want to hear it, worship, please.
All right, Fox Islam.
Call them out. I want to hear them.
Fox Islam, what is your thoughts on the video that was just played? Thanks, sir. What is your thought on the video was just played and the statements made by David Mohammed Fox Islam? What is your statement? What is your take on it? What is your take? Eh? Oh. Mova Defender, it wasn't very long. It wasn't very long. Look, it wasn't long. Tommy boy?
Yeah, he says a fantasy.
Tommy, oh God, Tommy boy. 300 new business millionaires from scratch is a fantasy. You don't like the own Tommy?
Nope, never will.
Dr. Claude Anderson says, a race that's taught to love the world and hate itself will become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Dr. Claude Anderson says, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. I Fox Islam. Tommy boy, you hear that excuse, boy, Tommy boy? Tommy, the thing even get an opportunity to start, you know. You understand? They didn't even get an opportunity to start. But
I've known about this even before it became news. As I told you before Wall Street, I had known about this whole effort that these Africans were making to help.
And you see who jump in front of benefit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see who jump in front of benefit, but Fox don't have no problem with that. He don't have no problem with that. Just as how he don't have no problem with Venezuelans voting in Trinidad in an election, and we who live outside of Trinidad shouldn't be able to vote in an election in Trinidad.
You see, the biggest problem with us African descendants, or should I say the unconscious African descendants,
is that they don't want to see their brother or nobody that look like them do anything good or make quantum leaps when it comes to economic progress. They want you to be begging them hand to mouth all the time, just cup in hand. And then they're happy. Once you're begging them for this and that makes them happy. So it's just so very sad.
So Tommy, we want to get to the editorial and the merit points, but before we do that, let's just go to some news here in the United States of America. KFC, welcome. Turn on the computer.
Good night, Mr. Worship.
Yeah.
Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yes, good night again.
You feel that? Yeah, you feel that the Prime Minister can send that for
no, to
Emancipation.
Wait. KFC, you had to turn down the computer because I hear on the TV.
I walk away, you know?
Yeah, go ahead. Say what you had to say again.
I see the Prime Minister can send that for Emancipation Day. That'll be a present you get there.
But I could be good. I could be a good. That is one election gimmick I go take. Give me
black people.
Yeah, give me that election gimmick, Tommy. Give me that election gimmick. I go take that.
Yeah, what should I look to? The public necessarily government. They don't like the owner at all, but
no, they don't like the
more shit. They're going to punk the momentum more because all that.
Oh, you mean?
They don't say already. It's only black faces behind the bank. They say that's a white play in the back. They know what's going on with that bank. That's what I white play in the back of the scenes.
Go and pong him.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're going to pong that guy.
Yep. Yeah, Tommy. Let me go to some local news here in the United States of America. And most people know that Donald Trump said that Kamala Harris is not black. Oh, God, Tommy. Anyway, let's take a listen to this.
Former President Donald Trump attacked Vice President Kamala Harris's identity today, saying he didn't know she was black.
His controversial comment comes before an audience of black journalists during a testy interview. His attack on Harris places race and gender at the center of the race for the White House.
KTLA5's Sandra Mitchell joins us live from our news center with all of today's developments. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Courtney, Micah. Bring it on. That is the reaction from Vice President Kamala Harris tonight. Her first words, really, since former President Trump ridiculed her racial identity today. She called the remarks divisive and disrespectful. All right, here are some of Trump's comments that had the audience gasping today.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you?
A combative former President Trump on stage at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention.
For you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Trump complaining about the delayed start, the audio quality.
Hard for me to hear you, but I can hear every other word.
And called the questions nasty. In one of the most contentious exchanges, he criticized likely Democratic candidate Vice President Kamala Harris, claiming she became black for political reasons. Harris's father is black and her mother is Indian.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Moments ago at a campaign event in Houston, Harris reacted to Trump's racially charged comments.
And it was the same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. And let me just say, the American people deserve better.
He was combative from the very first question. He was disrespectful in many respects. He was confrontational. He intentionally mispronounced Kamala Harris's name.
KFI AM 640 radio host Mo Kelly says the pushback is all part of Trump's political strategy.
He wanted to be seen as combative and confrontational for his most ardent supporters. He wasn't there trying to extend a hand, an open hand. He was there with a closed fist, ready for a fight.
Trump posting on social media this afternoon that the questions were rude and nasty, but saying, "We crushed it." Vice President Harris is appearing at 2 campaign events in Houston this evening. Live in News Center, I'm Sandra Mitchell. Court, Micah, back to you.
Sandra, thank you.
Tell me, Ray.
But getting back to the Afri-Exim Bank, I don't know if you remember that I told you earlier, before all the hoopla started about the Afri-Exim Bank, that we the people of the Caribbean and North America are talking about reparations, and there was an initiative that was going to aid with reparation, which was supposed to be the Afri-Exim Bank.
I want to think, Tommy, that so Tommy, so the Prime Minister actually lied then to the people.
Well, based on what David is saying,
because he said that the reason why there is some back and forth is because they wanted the locals to not pay taxes, right? But Tommy, let me ask a question. If these people were working in a bank locally in Trinidad and Tobago, do people making a certain amount, under a certain amount of money in Trinidad and Tobago pay payroll taxes?
everybody that work for you, you have to take do the deductions.
I thought there was a number where that if you made a certain amount of money a month, that you didn't pay payroll taxes.
I'm not sure if even if you don't pay payroll taxes, there are other deductions that has to be taken.
No. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm just asking, can anybody confirm if there is a certain amount of money that you make a month that you don't have to pay payroll taxes? Because I think that will be the taxes they're talking about, right?
Well, the deductions are national insurance.
No, you gotta pay that. You gotta pay that, right? Because I like your pension when you you gotta pay that, right? Yeah, here it is. 7,000 per month, no tax.
Right.
So think about this, Tommy. Think about this. If you're working for the bank and you're making $84,000 a year, you gotta pay no tax. So what's the big deal? Eh? Tommy?
7,084.
Yeah, 7 2s are 14, 7 1s are 7, and 1 is 8. That's $84,000 for the year. Then you don't have to pay no tax. So what's the big deal? If it have people in the bank, that bank would only have and we are clear now that they didn't want the bank to be in Trinidad. They just wanted Trinidad to sign on. Right? So if it's 7,000 per month, no tax, that's $84,000.
Yeah.
So if people making $84,000,
it's clearly it's excuses. It's excuses are being made.
And lies. And if you hear them PNM people out, they run with that, boy. They run with that. They run with it. Right? But you know, it's interesting, right?
What happens is that they don't realize that it's the reparations that were really coming at them there, that they are being denied.
No, Tommy, I hear you, but Tommy, they don't mind to support their party. They don't mind being denied in order to support their party by any means necessary. Remember people say bring property tax? And you know, Tommy, nobody have thanked me yet for them reducing property tax to what it is today, you know. Nobody.
You expect them to?
Yeah. I thought they will have a little compassion.
Are you holding your breath?
No, I'm really holding my breath, but
right, don't.
Okay, yeah. So Fox, thank you very much. It just shows you, Fox, that what is the lie? The lie is that based on what David Mohammed just said, it had nothing to do with taxes. All Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago had to do is to sign on. And that was it. There would be no bank in Trinidad. And then people can access, right, all the things that the banks come with. Go, folks, just support something for your own people now, man. You understand? Support a little something. A little something, folks. You know? But, folks, I want to give you guys this editorial before we go. And the editorial is on the wicked and evil demerit points that this government have imposed on people in Trinidad. Just imagine, Tommy boy, you're using your car to ply your trade. You understand? To make a little money. Right? Imposing demerit points on you, Tommy. Oh, God, Tommy boy. But, Tommy, it is my belief, now that we have exposed that there are no other countries in the world, based on the research, that gives demerit points for tinted law violations.
Yeah.
None, zero. Yeah? And you know, the pastor with the internet search engine name tried to make it like, well, we are ahead of the curve on that. If we are the only country, what's wrong with that? I say, wait, take a listen to this editorial, folks.
The illogic of demerit points for tinted windows violations in Trinidad and Tobago. An editorial by Professor Wall Street. The recent imposition of demerit points for tinted window violations in Trinidad and Tobago has stirred considerable debate. While ensuring road safety and enforcing regulations are paramount, this particular measure seems both misguided and misaligned with practices in other regions, including various Caribbean islands and U.S. states like New York and New Jersey. Here are 10 reasons why assigning demerit points for this non-moving violation makes little sense. 1. Non-moving violation. Nature. Tinted windows are a static feature of a vehicle and do not directly influence driving behavior or road safety in the way speeding or reckless driving do. Penalizing drivers with demerit points for a non-moving violation conflates unrelated aspects of vehicle regulation and driver accountability. 2. Disproportionate penalty. Assigning demerit points for tinted windows is a disproportionate response compared to other infractions. It places undue burden on drivers who may face license suspension for accumulating points, equating a minor offense with more dangerous driving behaviors. 3. Lack of uniformity. Many Caribbean islands and U.S. states like New York and New Jersey do not impose demerit points for similar offenses. This discrepancy creates inconsistency and confusion, especially for travelers and expatriates familiar with more lenient regulations elsewhere. 4. Economic and social impact. Tinting windows can be a practical choice in tropical climates to reduce glare and heat inside vehicles. Penalizing drivers with demerit points could disproportionately affect those who tint their windows for legitimate, non-criminal reasons, such as health and comfort. 5. Law enforcement resource allocation. Focusing law enforcement efforts on issuing demerit points for tinted windows diverts resources from addressing more pressing and dangerous violations, such as drunk driving or speeding, which have a more direct impact on road safety. 6. Administrative burden. The process of tracking and enforcing demerit points for tinted window violations adds administrative complexity and cost. This system requires continuous monitoring, record keeping, and processing, which could be better utilized elsewhere. 7. Potential for corruption. The subjective nature of tint measurement can lead to inconsistencies and potential abuse. Corruption or uneven enforcement could become issues if demerit points are applied arbitrarily or selectively, undermining public trust in the traffic regulation system. 8. Legal ambiguity. Tinting laws can be complex and vary widely, leading to potential legal challenges. Drivers may argue that their tint complies with one regulation but not another, resulting in legal disputes and complications in the enforcement process. 9. Public perception and acceptance. Measures that seem overly punitive or unfair can lead to public dissent and non-compliance. When drivers view regulations as unjust or excessive, they are less likely to respect and adhere to them, reducing overall effectiveness. 10. Better alternatives. There are more effective and balanced ways to regulate tinted windows without resorting to demerit points. Fines, warnings, and mandatory inspections can address compliance issues without impacting a driver's record, promoting both safety and fairness. In conclusion, while the intention behind regulating tinted windows is understandable, imposing demerit points for such violations in Trinidad and Tobago is an overreach. Aligning with practices in other regions and considering more balanced enforcement measures would better serve the interests of both safety and justice.
Yep. Yep. No audio.
Sorry about that, Tommy. I want to go to something that Mover Defender said. And I want to say something else to follow up on that, right? Just imagine, Tommy, if Kamla Persad-Bissessar was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, or even Basilio Pandey, and they was found that they were trying to block this bank.
Oh. Then Ansel Roger would have to sing his song.
Boy, just imagine that, Tommy. What would happen in Trinidad and Tobago? Just imagine. But also, Tommy, on the flip side, I want to say this. I find that this demerit point issue, I haven't seen it. It could be the UNC silent on it. I think this is something very significant because it's gonna have a drastic effect on poor people who trying to make a little kakada with a car. You know? I think this is important. Just as the property tax. I think these little things are important. And I think these UNC need to be a little more vociferous with respect to when these things happen. You see, because the government is telling itself, we can just do as we please, and we don't have to worry about nothing.
No pushback.
No pushback. Yeah? Hold on, Okay, so Ms. Santa Cruz just tell me this. As opposition leader, if the government can't, this is Prime Minister Rowley, as opposition leader, if the government can't deal with it, crime, then the government itself is part of the problem. Then him as Prime Minister, this country is a violent one, and there is no switch to turn off murders and crimes. So in opposition, his statement was that if the government can't deal with crime, then the government itself is part of the problem. But as Prime Minister, this country is considered to be a violent one, and there's no switch to turn off murders and crime. Yesterday was yesterday, today is today.
Yep.
Yeah? Fox Islam said, don't believe anything. Don't believe everything. David Mohammed. So Fox, fact check him then, huh? Oh God, you had this statement, they fact check him then, huh? Huh? Yeah, Marcus, correct. Everything that David Mohammed have done with the land that he got from Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Yeah, Fox, from Kamla Persad-Bissessar. The best thing you could say is that. Walton Walker said Wall Street, the sad thing about this is the person who piloted these bills was not even voted into government by the people. or what a tangle web we weave.
We aim to deceive.
Correct is right. Yeah? Tommy, I don't know. Tommy, I don't know, boy. Sometimes I just feel like if we beating we head against the wall, Tommy.
We are.
Oh, you agree with that?
Hmm.
Now, let me play this last video. This is a former principal and what's going on in the school system. Take a listen.
How schools were designed may not fit its purpose, its present purpose. I spoke to a group of principals last week, and they said that, you know where some of these criminals learn taxing? They learned it in school. They start their careers in school. And therefore, what are we doing about the culture of discipline in schools? In San Fernando, we should be called the education capital of Trinidad and Tobago. We have the best primary, we have the best secondary schools, and without a doubt. And so, in looking for examples, one of the things that we need to do is to be clear on, as my friend Roma said, employability skills. What are you leaving schools with? Is it really that the SEA is adequate as a transition from primary to secondary? So we could look at that. Is it a one shot that determines where you go? What about entrepreneurial skills? Dr. Roger Hussein would have presented all of those figures to us. And if that doesn't sink in for us, there are not enough jobs for those who are coming out of the education system. So we continue to give gate funding, produce the graduate glut, and yet there are no jobs. What about entrepreneurial skills that go together with us? So I just want to say that as leading in San Fernando West, we should put our heads together as a nation. Look at what is happening globally. Look at the impact of artificial intelligence on education, and think about our human capital development. Because a lot of our young people, they are well qualified, but they don't ever come back to give back to their own country. So education really, we should look at as producing socially responsible young people, those who will have a sense that they were given an opportunity and they should have that duty to give back. But also, it's important that they understand they have to become exemplary citizens. Citizenship is one of the critical things that will help our young people understand and make use of education. And then, we talk about education being that vehicle to get out of poverty and social mobility, then all of those purposes will be served.
There you have it, Tommy.
Yep.
I mean,
Truth.
All around, man. It's all around. And I don't know, boy. I think that, Tommy, I want to be optimistic that people that look like me in Trinidad and Tobago want to stop suffering peacefully under the PNM. I want to believe that. There's so much there, Tommy, so much there to see that we have been taken for fools, we have been abused, misused, and we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. And hopefully, the time is now when people can see, these draconian laws that have been implemented in Trinidad and Tobago to affect those most vulnerable and disadvantaged people by this government. And it's just sad to see, and it continues day on day on. Tommy, I think, Tommy, I want to think that they're going to reevaluate that demerit points thing now that they know they are number one in the world with giving people demerit points on top of a $2,000 ticket for a tinted window violation. Because now it's more than 2,000, Tommy.
5.
Because if that point take you into a certain stratosphere, I'm sure, I don't know how it is in Trinidad, would your insurance now go up due to you having X amount of points on your license?
Good question.
I don't know. I don't know. So somebody can answer that question quickly. Folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing comments in the chat. And we're going to go for a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
They can't speak the truth in small things. Imagine what they will do in big things. I want to send a message to Black Stalin. It have some people that need burning. With honest people, you know where you stand. But not so with deceitful ones. For them, black is white and last could be first. About the truth, they couldn't care less. What was wrong for them yesterday, now 10 times worse, they have nothing to say. For everything they was complaining, now their silence is deafening. So Black Stalin, now to you I turn. Them deceitful people must burn. Rowdy shut down Petrotrin, they say not a word. Fire to burn them. No foreign exchange, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. It's 6 times he raised the gas price. When we was producing it, they had it nice. But his protest like rain, they go on down flat, flat, flat. If UNC did do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them deceitful men and women.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. You can like us on WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Tommy, as we go, boy, let me wish you a happy Emancipation Day again.
Okay, sir. Same to you.
I wish you a happy Emancipation Day.
Same to you, Professor.
Yeah? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let me give my closing comment, Tommy. What's my closing comment today? Hey, Tommy, did you hear something about they having a standstill march in Tobago?
Tobago, tomorrow they urging everybody to stay home and
is that real?
Outside. Yes, this is what I read earlier today.
Oh, okay, because I didn't see anything about it, and I was
I read about it today that Tobagonians gonna take a day off tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I had something here about it. Let me see if I find it here. The 2nd and the 5th, right?
That's the protest, the victimization, quote unquote victimization.
And you know when them Tobagonians decide to stand up, they're standing up. Okay, hold on.
And they're right. They're right. If they feel that they're being wrong, they need to do something about it.
Yeah, so look at here. The 2nd and the 5th. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was true or not. You know, and I think It has something to do with, let me see if I have it here. Okay, hold on. It has something to do with the continued demonization.
Quote unquote harassment by like the
Yeah,
civil
yeah.
officials.
You're being generous with harassment, demonization. Let me call a spade a spade.
Mhm.
Demonization by the central government. Yeah, and how long will that continue? Okay, not there. One more thing here. Okay. Not there. Okay, here it is.
Patrol Branch Support Team conducted joint enforcement exercises in the Tobago Division on Friday 26th July into Saturday 27th as part of ongoing road policing efforts on the island. 201 fixed penalty notices traffic tickets were issued to motorists for various violations. 3 calling notices issued to vehicle owners. 4 arrested for DUI offences. 1 vehicle impounded for a tampered chassis. 12 disqualification notices to drivers for exceeding the demerit points threshold. In addition, a roving driving under the influence DUI exercise was conducted in the Tobago Division by the Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch Support Team for the Tobago Juve celebrations in Plymouth on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. 3 persons from Mason Hall, Charlottesville, and La Romaine were arrested and charged. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
And there you have it, Tommy. The victimization and demonization of Tobago continues by the central government led by Prime Minister Rowley. My closing quote, making a big life change is scary, but know what's scarier? Regret. Making a big life change is scary, but know what's scarier? Regret. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And Tommy, Simone Biles won her second gold medal
Yeah, she did. She
in
got
the
two goals thus far.
yes, 2 goals that far. And we see there's bigger, still a lot more to come. And tomorrow starts the track and field
Yep.
in France. So we'll see. Go ahead,
Yep.
Tommy.
Yes. This is to my friend Mrs. Atlanta. Aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. Again, aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, has to become the change you want to see. But if when you look in that mirror, you don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Never look down on someone unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you on Sunday, God willing. Till then, like I say, be safe. Love you all. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to the chat, see the closing comments. Fox Islam says, stop glorifying politicians. Response. Imagine I'm a big man and people want to tell me how to think. Okay. Marcus Guy says, stop glorifying politicians. Marcus Guy, sorry to disappoint you, bro, but I'm not a political sheep. Marjorie, welcome, Marjorie. Marjorie just come in at the end, boy. Marjorie says, until justice is blind to color, until education is unaware of race, until opportunity is unconcerned with the color of a man's skin, emancipation will be a proclamation, but not a fact. Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Mova Defender says, I like this one too, man. People who can face the truth hate he who speaks it. People who can face the truth hate he who speaks it. All right, folks. Annette Drake says, this is real torture in this country and the PNM. It's time for Rural Liar to call elections. People fed up. Okay. So, folks, we are out of here. We see you on Sunday at from 1 to 4 on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. We are out of here. See you. Bye-bye.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting, you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. You're sounding like some goats when they come looking for votes. Fit the empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.